Gentlemen, would you state your name and title for the record, please?
My name is Frank Forchione, and I am a judge of the Stark County Common Pleas Court. If I can put on the record, I am here under subpoena today.
You certainly put that on the record,
Yes.
and so you are.
Yes, sir, I am.
Judge Forchione, do you know Tom Bernabei?
Yes, I do.
How long have you known him?
About 30 years.
And what sort of associations have you had?
Well, I worked with Mr. Bernabei in the law department. He appointed me as the Kansas City prosecutor, where I was for about 14 years. I worked with him as a county commissioner, and Tom's a friend of mine.
And have you, over the course of the years, had the opportunity to discuss politics with him?
Yes.
And did there come a time when you learned that Mr. Bernabei was contemplating disassociating himself with the Democratic Party?
Yes.
And when was that, sir?
It was shortly before he, filed his petitions. It generally came right after he heard the mayor's debate, and the repository wrote an editorial that didn't endorse candidates, and I think that's when he first started talking about that. He had made other expressions of disillusionment with some things along the way.
Things such as?
Just the direction and vision and things like that, especially for the city of Canton.
You mentioned two events, the candidates debate, that would have been between Mr. Healy and Mr. Perez,
Yes, sir.
and the repository editorial that would have run on last Sunday in April, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that was the date, yes, sir.
Why did those jump to mind?
Well, they jumped to my mind. I'd never seen an editor for a race like that not endorse either candidate. So, I mean, that triggered, I think, a lot of people. And when Tom talked about that, and also the debate, there were some people that were unhappy with both candidates. And then there was a low turnout. So, I mean, it certainly was out there.
Did it seem to make a great impression on him, those two events?
Mr. Bernabei, yeah, absolutely. They seem to be the focus. And I think he also, talked about leaving a legacy. I mean, if you look at his history, he's rescued SARDA. He took over Canton Law Department and redirected that. He redirected the county commissioner's office in the county and got them on the right path. He expressed an interest in leaving, somewhat of a legacy for the city of Canton and turning it around.
Did you have any doubt that this was a difficult decision for him?
Yeah, I think it was a difficult decision, and I explained some of that to him, that, to make sure that it's what he wanted to do. But in the end, one thing I learned working for Tom, he's always said, I'm going to do the right thing.
So when you say you sort of apprised him of the difficulty, did you sort of test his conviction with respect to this?
Yeah, I think it's an important thing because I'm a member of the Democratic Party, and that's quite a leap. I mean, historically, we've seen people do it, but, there was no question in my mind his sincerity of it, that he was disillusioned with what was going on, and that was a decision that he wanted to make, and just as he's doing it.
Judge, Mr. Bernabei has served in various forms within the Democratic Party. We also learned that he has served as a treasurer for 3 campaigns in the course of recent years. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was a treasurer. I guess the best way to define Mr. Bernabei is he was the treasurer of Judge Hartnett's campaign, Krista Hartnett, the treasurer of the campaign of Kristen Gardado, and he was, I believe, my chairman. And I think that tells you the most about Tom Bernabei. I don't think anyone picked him because of his accounting skills.
When did they pick him for?
His character, his integrity that I've seen throughout. I mean, whether
Do you have any doubt about his good faith in taking a step of this significance?
Yes.
Good faith is the standard, Mr. Chairman, for leadership.
Could you give me the question again? I'm sorry.
Do you have any doubt that Mr. Bernabei took the step of disassociating himself with the party based on your 30 years of doing it? Do you have any doubt that he took that step in good faith?
He did it in good faith. He's always taught me to do the right thing, and he is the public official. I try to pattern myself off of ethically.
Your Honor, I have no more questions. Thank you for your time today.
So probably the most risky and dangerous thing to do in the career of a trial lawyer is to cross-examine the judge.
I'm not a judge here today. I'm Frank Forchione.
You're a well respected judge and respect.
Sure.
You were aware of the firing of Mr. Bernabei by Mayor Healy?
Yes, sir.
And you discussed that and heard Mr. Bernabei talk about that issue, correct?
A little bit.
Okay, not much.
I've never heard him say a disparaging word about the mayor.
Ultimately, when Mr. Bernabei characterizes himself in the media as a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat, prior to the last few weeks, do you think that's an accurate characterization?
Oh, I believe for that period, yes, sir.
Thank you.